All right, bam. We're live on YouTube as well. All right, welcome. Let me share my screen. If you're new, let us know where you're from. Welcome. If you're new to this account, let us know where you're from. All right. All right. For those of you watching online, we'll get started. So this is a good one. If you figure this out, you'll notice a huge difference. Life in the remodeling lane will get so much easier. A lot of guys do really bad advertising, right? These are some examples of some bad headlines. Hey, don't be afraid. Let us know where you're from. Hey, user, welcome. Right? These are the types of headlines that most of your $1,000 off. Everybody's leading, and they're wondering why they get price shoppers and price checkers. This one's not bad. Window inspection. That's a good one to lead with. So there's lots of examples of contractors out there advertising, and they don't even understand advertising. All right, so let's break it down. Welcome. Lonnie, welcome. Let us know where you're from. So this is day 87, right? We've been going live every day, and we're going to hit 100 in a row here. Welcome, Fred. So this is a mini masterclass, right? This is a 12-minute session. We're going to go over how to make your ads work so that you're bringing in, hey, that dude, Derek, welcome. Good to see you here. Your clients need a good headline, right? You've been brought in by good headlines. And when they're really good, you don't even know that they're working. You just know that, damn, that ad sounds good to me. So let's do this. Put you guys over here tonight. Welcome, Joey. All right, so here we are. Remodelers, so look, if your ads aren't getting clicks or calls or conversations, it's probably not the photo, it's not the algorithm, it's the headline. It's that simple. Good headlines bring in people. Hey, T-Boy and Help Cakes, welcome. Let me know where you're from. In marketing, the headline is the ad, okay? So if you guys ever have hired a good ad person, they come back with a really powerful ad that works for you. It's not, hey, here's $500 off your next kitchen remodel. That's just going to bring in more price checkers. Some of you guys are like, well, everybody wants a discount. Yeah, because your ad is bringing in people that want discounts. Guy, Brazil, welcome. T-Boy, welcome. Let me know where you're from. All right. So understand, like, this is a very simple concept. If you advertise money off, you're just going to attract money off buyers. Okay. It's not a luxury market. BMW doesn't advertise money off a BMW. They advertise things of luxury, right? And so their clients come in wanting to pay for the luxury. That would be my suggestion for where you consider getting into in the remodeling space. Luxury, not discounts. Okay. It just starts with your advertising. And some of you guys will say, like, well, Mike, that's different than my competition. Exactly. Because your competition's struggling too, because their advertising sucks, right? They're doing the same tired bullcrap that's been going on for 30 years. $500 off a kitchen, $250 off of a deck. That just attracts more price checkers. Okay. Hey, Dr. Gino, let us know where you're from. If you're new, good to see you all here. So think about this. You guys can study this man. His name was Dan Kennedy. I think he's still alive. Dan Kennedy, amazing marketer. The headline is the ad for the ad, he says. If it doesn't grab attention, then nothing else is going to really get read or apply. Okay. There's another gentleman to research if you want to get into this kind of stuff. His name is David Ogilvy. On average, he says 5 times as many people will read the headline as will read the copy. So if you don't get it right, you've wasted 90% of your money. Okay. Think about that. Most remodelers are spending money on ads that look pretty, but they have no powerful headline. So how do you fix that, right? That's the question. So what makes a remodeling headline work? A great headline just stops the person from scrolling. Okay. Sweet Pea, welcome. And it hooks the eyes, right? It calls out the right person, homeowners. It hits the pain point of fear. Tired of remodelers ghosting you? Think about it. How many homeowners have told you, it's hard. I can't get anyone to call me back or show up. That's what you want in your headline. All right, Dr. Jenno, thanks for letting us know. Steve, welcome. Another thing a headline does is it promises a transformation. Turn your outdated kitchen into a showpiece. Don't lead with $500 off. Tell them what you're going to do for them. Also, number 4, build curiosity or contrast. Hey, this remodeling mistake cost me $18,000 and 3 months of stress. Put that out there. Hey, Robert, welcome. And adds urgency or time-based tension. Why you should never remodel in the summer until you read this, right? They're going to be like, what do you mean? Why shouldn't I remodel in the summer? Now you got the person hooked. They want to know because they were thinking of remodeling in the summer. So great headlines. It's a concept. It's called, feels like a truth grenade. They're punchy, they're visual, they're emotional, and they're specific, right? And these are also called hooks. They're meant to speak directly to fear, desire, or false belief. So that reader can't help but click, read, or call. All right. So hopefully you guys are picking this up. Now, here's the 3-part remodeling headline builder, I call it. And there's a thing called the ABT, right? A, you have to attract their attention. B, you build believability. Hi, Rose. Hi, Virginia. Welcome. Tease the transformation or trigger attention. That's what you do when you're trying to attract the homeowner. Examples. Hey, your neighbor just got a new kitchen for $0 down. Do you want in? Hey, what every homeowner regrets saying to a contractor. That's going to get people to pay attention, right? What I use, one of the headlines I use with you guys is get paid to design a dream kitchen, right? Like, who doesn't want to do that before you swing a hammer? All right. So this is how this concept works. I use it in my stuff. You need to be using it in your stuff. Thank you for the likes, Jeff. Appreciate it. Welcome. Let us know where you're from. All right. Now, here's some advanced techniques that you guys can research on your own. I'm not going to get into them tonight, but I'll share them with you because I use them and other advanced marketers are using them in their ad copy. So there's a thing called anti-metaboly, right? You can look it up. Basically, it's if you don't lead the project will lead you, right? Remember that famous quote? It's not what your country can do for you. It's what your country it's what you can do for your country, right? It's the way of reversing your words. That can be a powerful headline for a kitchen ad or a deck ad. Okay. There's another thing called chiasmus, right? And that means you just switch, right? It's the same concept. We shape our spaces and then our spaces shape us, right? This is attracting a higher end homeowner. Okay. And then there's the antithesis. Cheap remodels are never fast. Fast remodels are never cheap. Okay. So you have concepts like that. And that's what you want to build into your headlines. All right. And I will share an AI prompt with you shortly that helps you do that. All right. So let's keep going. If you're new, let us know where you're from. So what if you miss that hook, right? Let's say you miss the point in your ad. If your headline doesn't hit a nerve, doesn't spark curiosity, or frame your value right out of the gate, then they're just going to keep scrolling. That's how social media works, right? your ad is dead before it starts. And when you see some of my videos, some of them that you guys like and you click on it, some of the times I don't get the headline right and you just skip and you scroll, nobody watches the video. Same concept. Just it's the same as how your ad's going to work if you're trying to advertise. All right. People don't read ads, they read what interests them. And sometimes it's an ad. So what if you nailed the image, but your headline says interior remodeling, call for an estimate today, right? That's not a headline. That's just like boring. Nobody cares about that. Hey, G Sakamu 808, welcome. Joshua, welcome. Let us know where you're from. All right. Some before and after headlines. This might help some of you guys. Here's a real example so you can see how it works. Before, a lot of guys would say, we're a full service remodeler. We offer free estimates, right? I don't suggest you go down that road. I would suggest you start with something like, hey, homeowners, your next remodel starts with a sketch, not a sales pitch, right? Get them curious. What is that all about? Some guys' ad would say, we are kitchen and bath experts, been in business since 2002. Yeah, who cares? Instead, say, hey, she hired us to fix her kitchen after the first contractor vanished. That's going to draw in a homeowner because the homeowner is afraid of that exact scenario happening, right? These are way different concepts for ads, and it works. All right. How about this one? Family-owned quality craftsmanship. You hear that one a lot. Instead, try saying, we don't do free estimates. We design remodels that actually finish on time. Like that could be your ad. Some of you are like, Mike, how can I get paid for estimates? You can start with an ad that tells people you don't do free estimates. And that's going to get them real curious because they're like, well, wait a minute, everybody else is doing a free estimate. Exactly. And then you can really hammer in on why all of that's crap and why it doesn't work. So these are ways you can change your business tomorrow. You just you start with your ad, right? Get the copy right. Okay. So let's bring this home. Headlines are skills. And when you develop this skill, it helps pay you forever, right? Because your ads are only as good as the headline, which is typically like the first 5-10 words. So think about it. It could be your Facebook post, your Google ad, your job site sign, your website. What's the headline when someone goes to your website? What's the email subject headline that you use? What are you putting on your door hanger as the headline? If it doesn't get read, if it doesn't attract attention, it's not going to get you the desired outcome. Having the homeowner call you with curiosity. Hey, what's up? Why don't you do free estimates? Like that can be a call that you could be getting. All right. So let's see. Tomorrow we're going to discuss headlines that the power of the before and after. Okay. So that's what we'll get into tomorrow. So remember, if you can get the headline right, the leads will follow. All right. Welcome, user 817-291-3333-171. Where are you guys from? What type of remodeling do you do? All right. In case you want to know, here's the AI prompt that works for this. So if you want to generate your own headlines, you can just take this and put it into whatever AI agent you use. You can tell it to act as a direct response copywriter trained by somebody like a Dan Kennedy, a David Ogilvy. You could even add like a Russell Brunson. Says, hey, I'm a remodeling contractor. I'm trying to attract premium homeowners through an ad. Write 10 compelling headlines that call out the right audience, address fears, problems, or desires, build curiosity or urgency, are written in the voice of a premium, confident remodeler. Right? And then you put in what's the target project, kitchen, bath, additions, who's your audience. This is where you put in your ideal client avatar that we covered the other night. And then you include at least like 2 maybe antithesis or reversals, right? Those little flips that we talked about. Welcome. And then boom, you'll get all your headlines, and you can try them on your ads and see which one works. Curtis Metz, welcome. Let us know where you're from, what part of the country you're in. What's your specialty for remodeling? So, what questions do you guys have about writing an ad? I mean, are you using Facebook now? Are you doing Meta, Instagram? Are you doing door hangers, putting anything out, around the neighborhood? Nothing, huh? All right. Steve, are you still on? You got any questions? All right. That's all the content I have for tonight. If there's no questions, not seeing any, feel free to fire away. I'll stop the screen share over here. Okay. JC, welcome. Yeah. Let me know how long you've been in the business. If you do remodeling. Crazy Dog Lady, welcome. Type of remodeler. Are you a remodeler? Carlos, welcome. What part of the country are you from? All right. Tonight we talked about headlines for your marketing. There's some really good examples of some powerful people in marketing that come up with really good headlines for some remodeling companies, and they do really well, as opposed to the average guy who's got a terrible headline and can't understand why all his customers are cheap. Most of it tracks back to your headline. If you're going to advertise discounts, you're going to attract discount clients. You guys have any questions about marketing or headlines? I've done some pretty extensive research and experimentation with them over the years myself. Some of our ads are very different than what other remodelers would put out there. Nothing. Who else is on? Welcome. All right. Let me see what else I can share for a few minutes while we see if anybody else is going to join, ask any questions. You guys do any remodeling? You hired a remodeler? So here's a couple things you can use. These are pretty neat. These are considered headline formulas, and they're all geared specifically towards remodelers. So there's the how-to headline, right? Basically, you say, here's how to, and then you insert achieve certain result without undesirable thing. Okay. Example, how to get the kitchen of your dreams without living in a war zone for 3 months. That's a pretty good ad to put on social media. Number 2, what every headline. Yep, the what every headline. So here's what you say. What every, put in your audience, homeowner needs to know before action. So it would sound like this: what every homeowner must know before hiring a remodeling contractor to perform a kitchen project, bath project. Then there's the if you're struggling headline. This is a good one. So, hey, homeowner, if you're struggling with problem getting contractors to call you back, here's what to do. All right. So, if you're tired of remodelers not calling you back, read this before calling the next one or hiring one. Okay. You give them the guide. And what the guide base says is call a professional like yourself. All right. What else do we have? The secrets revealed headline. This is a good one. So you start with secrets and then what's your industry? Remodeling, contractors. Don't want you to know about insert topic, bath remodels, right? So how about this one? 5 secrets contractors won't tell you about kitchen pricing, but you need to know, right? That could be an ad that would work very well on like Meta inside of Facebook. You could have a little download that you email over to the client. All right, there's the warning headline. Warning, insert consequence if you insert action. How does that look? Like this. Warning, this one estimate mistake could cost you $12,000, right? That's going to draw a homeowner's attention, especially if they're in the market of currently getting estimates. All right, number 6, the testimonial. Why I, and then insert hired, signed, agreed. Think about that with company name and never looked back. So that would sound like this. If you have a good testimonial, it would say, why I trusted the Remodeling Academy with my $95,000 kitchen, and I do it again tomorrow. That can be your ad. Okay. You insert your company name there. The question headline. Start with tired of insert problem. Here's a better way. Tired of remodeling horror stories? Here's a better way to get the job done right. Okay. Boom. There's your ad. All right. Granite, welcome. The list headline. This one you see frequently. 7 reasons why insert thing is the smartest decision you'll make this year. So, for example, 7 reasons hiring a designer first will save you thousands on your remodel. That could be a powerful ad as well. All right. What else? The curiosity story headline. This is a good one. All right. So you put what's called like a weird or a failure event first, and then you say led to, and then you insert the unexpected positive outcome. So it could look like this. She hired the cheapest contractor in, and you put your town, Springfield. Here's what happened and what she did to fix it, right? That is going to get somebody interested. Okay. There's the anti-freebie award headline. I like this one. Why we don't offer free estimates and why our clients love it. Why you should pay for your remodeling estimates and how it protects your budget and timeline. These get the homeowner thinking. So there's psychology behind why these work. The how-to, you're offering a trigger called clarity and relief, and the homeowner's like, man, this makes it simple for me. Okay. When you offer a secret-based headline, it triggers the curiosity and the homeowner wants to control. And their response is, man, I really want to know the inside scoop. Now, when you do the warning headline, that triggers fear, urgency, and the homeowner starts going, I need to protect myself. Welcome, Julio. There's the listicle. That's the one where you put the steps. That's easy to read, right? It builds authority. That's an easy trigger. And the homeowner's response is, yeah, this feels actionable. I understand that. And there's the testimonial. That triggers social proof. And the homeowner response is, man, if it worked for them, it could work for me. So, all right. That's the content I have for you guys. Any questions, pop them in. Otherwise, we'll probably bounce in a minute or two. Well, G Sakama 808, appreciate you being on the live. Hopefully, you've been able to answer any questions you had or give you some insight into headlines and marketing for remodelers. B. Dale, as always, appreciate you being here. Yeah, man. You bet. Thank you for being here as well. All right. Yes. Okay. So you're going to adjust your headlines tomorrow. You can see now why some aren't working. 100%. Yeah. So B. Dale, what you'll find is a lot of, yeah. If you have when you put a headline like this, guys, where you're offering money off, that's what attracts cheap clients and price shoppers, right? Because their whole incentive is just to save money. So be cognizant of if that's the kind of ad you're going to put out there, you're going to have to address that rather quickly with the homeowner. Right? I mean, this guy is all about the free estimate right off the bat. This guy's one ad's a little bit better. He talks about just a free house wash. So it probably comes with the purchase. Yeah, so if you get a roof cleaning, that's a better ad, I think. What other ads do we have? I mean, that's pretty standard, 30% off. Everybody's trying that ad. It's old, it's tired. You know, $1,500 off, 50% off. Everybody's leading with money. Now, this guy's got a better ad. That's a headline. These issues worsen with time. See, he's not offering big discounts. And then this guy's back to buy two, get two free. He's advertising. A better ad for a window company is save money on your energy bills. Right? That's a better ad for a window company. This one, same thing, money off. These guys, money off. You see what I mean? They're all just the same crap. If you want to stand out, use a different ad. All right. Thank you for being here, guys. And I think we're going to wrap it up here unless there's any other questions. B Del, you're welcome. No worries. Huh. So TikTok saying that some of your all's comments are being blocked. What are you guys trying to tell me? TikTok's very sensitive. You have to be very careful about any words that you put onto the platform. Hey, Pastor Charlie. I can't I can't seem to find the comment that's being blocked. So, all right. Well, any other questions? All right, guys. Joshua, welcome. All right. So appreciate y'all being here. We'll be back another night and day 88's tomorrow. Take care.